Steve Poland here, and if you're new to my channel, I try to do a full fish room tour every quarter or so, every 3 months. So that is this 220. It's the fish room downstairs and a big grow out system I have in my crawl space. So it's time again. This is the 220. It's doing great. Don't have any real updates on equipment. Equipment's all been the same. It's been working really well for me. Haven't really needed to change anything, and I've got, oh man, plenty of projects going downstairs. So happy to leave the equipment alone. And then as far as the stock goes, this is all male peacock and hap. I have added some fish, taken some fish out, moved them down to grow outs, quarantines, just to keep people, not people, to keep the fish, these guys, colored up as best I can. So this guy, everybody always talks about him, Obi Ali. This came from Maximus Aquatics. It was getting beaten up in his tank. It's been doing great here. He has a bit of a size advantage, as you can see. He's one of the largest fish in here. Let's maybe take a look at some other guys that are newer. Blue Dolphin is newer. He's been doing great. Let's see who we can find here. This guy, Otto Marginatus. He is really cool looking. He's been doing great in this tank. Turkis there. There are some dragon bloods. I've got 2 dragon bloods in here that have colored up so much. I mean, they look easily as good as my breeder male downstairs, which is crazy because he's really nice. Insignis, that is relatively new. He's looking pretty good. The balance in this tank, I seem to have found a pretty good balance. They're not beating each other up too much. I mean, they scrap because they're African cichlids, but hasn't been awful. Big redfin borlei. Xeroc, starting to look pretty good. So Giselle, there's one of those peacocks again. Or I'm sorry, one of those dragon bloods again. I mean, look at that guy. Otter point that I really like. So yeah, it's a pretty good mix in here. I would like a little more yellow still, but overall I really like it. This little guy. Supposedly a German red. He's, I don't know what he is, but I like him a lot. Really nice egg spots if you can see them. So yeah, could see adding a few more fish, but you know, not all these fish are full grown yet, so don't want to go too crazy as these guys grow up. So that is what's going on with the 220. Let's go downstairs and see what's going on down in the fish room. Okay, we are down in the basement fish room. I've got all the lights on because I'm just going to walk around and show you a couple projects that I've been working on, and then I will go around to each tank and show you what's in them and what's going on. But I'll kind of turn all the lights out except for the tanks I'm looking at, just to try and deal with some of the glare. So a lot of stuff that you've seen recently. Got the drains upgraded, which has been awesome. I got this sink in here, which I'm still even getting used to having. It's so great. I have to like remember though that I have it all the time. It's like, okay, yeah, I have a sink down here, so I can just dump that water right there or fill that water right there. Seems stupid, but I went so long without it. But man, it's awesome. And I've got like, just for now, I took the hose that was running down from upstairs that goes to the hose reel that's over on the wall. This is to fill the tanks. I just have just a quick disconnect on here now, so I can hook that up whenever I need to. This is the thing on the wall that I've shown a bunch of times. It's just an easy way to store the hose. Other stuff I'm working on, I went, and this might seem dumb, but I put like, used a label maker and put numbers on all the tanks. And I did that because I've got the air system and the water system up there, and I was tired, and it's still a work in progress, but I was tired of not knowing. Like, I'd be up there, I want to turn the air up or down in a tank or whatever, and I was tired of like, okay, now which one is this? So now number 1, it's like number 1. Number 9 that's down there is number 9. It's like much easier. Again, might not seem like a big deal, but anything that can take the guesswork out of any task, make it quicker, I'm all about it. Another thing that I did, I've got these kind of shelves here, and I had power strips, like a power strip hanging right here, and a power strip hanging like zip tied up here. I just moved that back and out of the way, like onto the, you can't really see it, it's like on the wall. It's these really long power strips from Harbor Freight. They're like, I don't know, 10 or 12 outlets. They're great. Move that one back there out of the way, and move this one back here out of the way. It's just nice that now I don't have that kind of sticking out here, so I can get to my shelves much easier. Just anything that I can do to give myself a little more room is awesome. And then I've got some other things in the works that you'll see here in the next coming weeks. So if you're subscribed, as you should be, then you'll see those. All right, let me turn off these lights and go around to each tank. Okay, starting with the Quad 40 breeder rack. In here, these are some Mallory. It's 2 males. As you can see, 4 unsexed, probably female, unless they're just really subdominant males. These guys are starting to get some size on them and looking really good. You may remember I picked these up at an auction for super cheap. I don't really think I'm going to breed them. I don't know at this point. Good looking fish. In here, this is the... Man, the glare is still bad. Oh well. In here is a ruby red group. Last time I think it was the breeding update video, I had one holding. She did not keep those eggs, so I'm still not sure what I've got in here. Not a huge deal. And this is a blue neon, little blue neon that was bred here. Anybody interested in a blue neon wants this? Probably 2.5 inches. Of course, now he's hiding. Really nice looking fish for his size. If you're near Central Ohio, let me know. This is the Z-Rock group, and they have now bred for me twice. You'll see those fry. They don't love to come out. The male loves to hide inside this pot most of the time. The dominant male. I think there's at least 3 males in there. It's a nice big group. They seem to have adapted well. Let me see, maybe if I turn on the bright lights, they'll freak out and come out. Whoa! Gonna come out? No? Let me open up this pot, see if we can stir them out of here. So I think I've only shown you guys one time before. There he is. Oh, there he is. Really nice looking fish. All right. Okay, down here is the blue neon breeder. See if he'll come out for real. Come on out, buddy. Just love this fish. Oh, that was brief. There he is. You can see my streaks on the glass more than you can see him. Just really nice looking blue neon. And then over here, this is the Sunshine group. I've got my new breeder male as of the last update. He is an F1. See if he'll come out. Come on. It's the only problem. It's like you give them all these places to hide, and which is good, but on a video it makes it tough. Come on, dude. You guys maybe get the gist from that? Goodness gracious. Really, really nice. Bang the sunshine. Alright. And then up on top of this rack, it's the 610s, and I've got all 610s filled. Let me turn this light down. Got all 610s filled for the first time ever. The only problem is I have like a 4-foot fluorescent strip light up there, so can't really see the other two tanks very well. I'll kind of slide it around so you can see them. Starting over on this side, these are all blue neons. It's blue neon grow out. I've been moving these guys as they get bigger. Been moving them into the crawl space. This tank is, man, this is just not looking very good on the camera. Just trying to mess with the brightness there. This tank is Dragon Bloods and Azurus, and maybe a couple others. There's one Azurus in there that's probably 1.5 inches, but he doesn't like to come out. This tank, Venustus. They're starting to get a little bigger. Dragon Bloods. I think there might be a sunshine or two in there. Let me move the ladder. More Dragon Bloods. These are Giselle. They're very small. They just came out of the breeder box. This is the only spawn I've had out of my Giselle groups so far. And then if I move this light down again, these are all sunshines. And I don't know if you can tell, but there are a lot of them in there. Many, many sunshines. Alright, let's move to another rack. Okay, this rack has 340 breeders. This is my Giselle group that I was just talking about. They have just recently moved into this tank. They're still getting settled. Nice group though. They are up top. Here is the wild-caught red shoulder way back there. And then, okay, so a couple other things going on. I have breeder boxes. I have, of course, you know, I've got eggs tumbling over there. But I did this thing with these breeder boxes. There's a lot of videos. Let me turn on this overhead light real quick. There's a lot of videos about these marina breeder boxes and trying to make them quieter because they're run by air. So I'm doing a little experiment. And I probably should have just done a whole video about this, but I'm still not sure how it's going to go. A little experiment. I had this little pump on hand. It's like it's an AquaClear 30 pump, I think. It's too strong a pump. I've got it turned down all the way. But I've just got it into a tube that is too long that I need to cut down into this kind of trident PVC fixture here that is just barb fittings, and basically I'm pumping water through these boxes instead of running it with air. And you can hear some bubbling. That's the boxes that I've got down below on the other tank. These boxes are totally silent. The flow through them is much better. But it's just a trade-off. It's like, first of all, I got all this tubing and crap in this tank, and then the other thing is, you know, I'm using more power. Like it's like a very small, low wattage pump, but it's just another thing running power on. I've actually, as you see, I've got that cichlid cave there, and this one I've actually got a little PVC fitting just so that it wasn't too much current for these guys, because it is more flow going through the box. But I'm just kind of trying that out to see how it goes. Haven't decided yet. I've had it up for about a month. Yeah, again, I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. So this box is Dragon Bloods. This box is Dragon Bloods. This box is a few Sunshines. Tumbling over here, I've got Xerox. I've got Azurus. I've got... Oh, what's the back one? I think it's Sunshines. This is the Dragon Blood breeder tank. Let me turn off this overhead light again. See if this guy... He's in the back. I just love showing this guy off. There we go. Alright, man. Come on out a little better. Oh, well. These guys have been breeding pretty well, so I've been happy with that. And then this box is Xerox for my first spawn. That's one female. All those babies. I was real happy with that. Over here, these are albino Eurekas. If you caught the breeding update, I picked up a group of those real cheap, and one of them was holding. And then these are blue neons. So yeah, a lot of spawning going on in this fish room, which has been great. Let me move on to the last rack. Okay, this is the 55-gallon grow out. Just miscellaneous, mostly peacocks that are not quite big enough yet to go upstairs in the 220. Some pretty decent fish in there. I have allocated this. Probably can't hear me because it's my camera's way up there, but this is where are all the fish? They're hiding. Some overflow in this 33 long up here, just from this tank. Fish that are either smaller than most of these, or we're getting picked on. And then down below, this is the Azurus group. See where the male's hiding. I mean, it's like, what's the point of doing this fish room tour if you can't at least see my breeder males? Oh, come on. There's the Azurus breeder male. There he is. Alright, so that's the fish in the main fish room for now. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the crawl space grow out. Okay, so we're here at the crawl space grow out. Sorry, that's a little bright over there. If you look, I've got some fish. Really, these are almost just quarantines. Fish on the left is a red shoulder that was born here. That has just always been amazing looking. His tail is like crazy, so I just kept him separated. He's getting pretty big now. He could almost go upstairs, but been holding off. Middle one is fish. It's kind of brought down, has been healing from getting beaten up upstairs. That is my old breeder male Sunshine. That's just kind of, he was not doing real well. So he's in there getting a little rest. As you can see, there's a lot of algae growing. This pothos is growing like crazy, but also algae, which is fine. All that's great. All of it sucks up nitrates. Over here, these three fish, that is my Star Sapphire that I've just been keeping here, trying to get him to chip up, which he's starting to. That is a Dragon Blood that had been beaten up. Really nice, like strawberry peacock. Fins haven't totally recovered yet, though. And then right there is one of the blue neons that I picked up recently. I got a big group of them. This guy, I thought maybe was going to be my new breeder male, but I still think I like my breeder male better. And I've got, like, oh gosh, 2 blue neons in the 220 at least, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this guy. I might sell him, but man, he's just so good looking. He's just a great fish. Don't know yet. Okay, let's see, I pulled a couple fish up over here. This is all blue neon grow outs. They're getting a little size on them. This is really not super exciting. I think these are probably females, or they just haven't colored up yet. Getting a little size on them, not crazy. So they're doing okay. There's a decent number of them in there. And then this side, and by the way, I still need to like move more fish into here and do a lot of things. There's a dragon blood in here that's not going to let me catch them. Oh, okay, gotcha. This was a dragon blood that has always been in this tank. It was kind of just thrown in here. It's really good size now, actually. Yeah, really good size. Probably 3 inches. Need to vent that fish and see what it is. The rest are red shoulders growing out. So I guess what I should say about this system is it's a great system. I love it. This tank up here is a little bit over the top, but it is nice to have those extra spaces. But what the thing about this tank and this huge system, these tanks are, if you don't know the history of these are 180 gallons each. These tubs goes through two barrel filters. This one is a radial flow filter. This one is a moving bed biofilter that's full of K1. And then there's a sump back there, 100-gallon stock tank. This system is awesome, grows out fish fast, ton of water volume, really efficient, everything's great. But man, I'll tell you what, if you have any interest in buying this, I will sell it to you, and I will probably sell it to you at a good price. And you might say, why, if you think this is a great system? Well, frankly, this is a great system, but I'm tired of crawling up at least every day to feed and everything else into my crawl space. I'm just tired of it. It was the only spot I had for this. You know, I don't have this much room, even close to this much room, anywhere else. And so that was great, but I'm just tired of climbing up here. And that might seem stupid, but like, I'm just tired of climbing up here. A couple weeks ago, I was coming out of here, out of the crawl space. I fell and jacked up my ankle. And it's like, what am I doing this? Like, the fish room is great. The 220 upstairs is great. All of it's great, but like, and this was a great project. I learned a lot building it. I like having it. I wish that there was a world where I had like a much bigger space and I could just have this there, but as of now, I'm really thinking about selling it. It's just not in a good location for me. So if you have any interest in aquaculture, breeding, fish, you're anywhere near Central Ohio, you know, aquaponics, anything like that, this is a great system for it. I would be happy to, you know, help set this up at your place if you're not too far away, to get it up and running. It's not that complicated at all. All the plumbing is here, the pump, everything, it's all here, so just let me know. But anyway, I guess that comes to the end of our tour for this time, so thanks everyone for watching, appreciate it, and until next time, have a good one.